No Boundaries is getting ready for the red carpet premiere happening at the end of this month. And I'm so excited because joining us via Zoom is Horace Wilson, writer and executive producer. Good morning, Horace.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you. And in studio is Ruby Paris, actress who's also in this incredible film. And I'm saying I haven't seen it yet, but I know that it's going to be incredible. Good morning, Ruby. How are you?
Good morning, Natasha. I'm doing well. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, Mr. Wilson.
Morning.
It's a pleasure to have both of you with us this morning. So we're going to go to Mr. Horace Wilson first. So tell us something. Mr. Wilson, why now? Why was now the time to bring No Boundaries to the big screen and back to our hearts?
It wasn't exactly planned this way because, as you know, the original series, which ran for 39 weeks, it showed throughout the entire Caribbean. A lot of people liked it. And there was a meeting at TTT House about 2 years ago, I think, with the cast, and somebody had a bright idea of continuing it. So they approached me to write, if I could write another 13 episodes. I did that. I was assured that we were going to get funding to do it, and that didn't work out. So we decided to, I got a few investors, and so we decided to do a shortened version. And it was about 2 hours long, and we said might as well do this as a film, as a feature film. It had all the ingredients in it, so that's how it came about. At this time, it was just a matter of finance and convenience.
Excellent and understood. I'm coming back to you, Mr. Wilson, but Ruby, let's come to you. How does it feel to be in feature film No Boundaries, knowing that it's such an iconic show?
Well, funny you ask, because I was not alive when it was running. But when I got casted in the role of Abigail for No Boundaries, I shared it with family, and seeing the response of my brothers, seeing the response of my mom and my cousins, older cousins, of course, they were like, "Whoa, No Boundaries! That was iconic. Like, that's my childhood." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, so this is a big deal. This is a big deal." And I mean, just being around, the crew who were also younger when No Boundaries played as a series, and seeing their enthusiasm definitely brought a level of energy and excitement to the project while we were on set. So it just feels like a huge responsibility, and that's obviously an honor.
That's interesting, but it's beautiful to see that you say it's an honor. So we need to come back to you and Abigail. But before we get to that, Mr. Wilson, let's bring you back into the conversation. How does it feel to see that this feature film is finally going to be run?
Well, I'm excited. I want to see, how the public reacts to it. I think they're going to like it. It's we did the best we could. We had a really excellent director, Marvin Ishmael, who's well trained. He teaches drama at colleges in the UTT and in Toronto. He's been in, about 70 or 80 television productions in Canada. Very experienced guy. I think he brought a lot of truth, a lot of experience to the acting, and we had a fantastic crew. Cliff C. Dancing, Cedric Smart, Leroy Smart. These are, I think, are probably the best we could get in Trinidad. And and the acting was unbelievable. We got some of the finest actors. We did a lot of auditioning, and we got the best actors that we could get. And I think they were fantastic. The acting, the technical aspect of the film. I think it's going to be something really special.
It really is going to be something special. And time flies when you're having fun. I just checked the time and I was like, wow, this conversation is almost over. So can you please share very briefly what it was like becoming Abigail?
Abigail was a very complicated character for me. She's very different from my general personality, but like Horace rightfully said, we have an amazing director in Marvin Ishmael. And I think he was the guide for everyone of being able to see the nuances that you naturally do and seeing how it can be incorporated into the characters. So Marvin Ishmael is just a brilliant guide, and it made the transition into Abigail that much easier.
That is brilliant. And also something brilliant we're all looking forward to is the Red Carpet event. Can you share some details with us?
So the Red Carpet event is on May 27th at Movietown, Port of Spain. And after the Red Carpet event, it launches nationwide at Caribbean Cinemas 8 and Movietown on the 29th of May.
This is so exciting. So, Mr. Horace Wilson, what's one thing you are looking forward to at the Red Carpet events?
I'm looking forward to seeing the public's reaction to it, because it's not only geared towards people who are familiar with the series, the older generation, but there's a lot of it that is relevant to the younger people. It's intergenerational, interracial. It depicts the society in Trinidad and Tobago. You have different characters, different races, different issues that we try to fuse into one coherent story. So I think the people, the public, the press, they are going to be, I really am looking forward to seeing what they have to say about it, because it not only opens in Trinidad, Guyana, Barbados, it's going to be throughout the entire Caribbean, because the series, it ran, like I said, it ran through the Caribbean. That was like 6 million people who are familiar with it. And we are hoping that a lot of people have migrated, their families, everybody has relatives in New York and Miami and London, Toronto, all over the place, because it's going to be streaming at some point. And people, I want people to let their family, let their friends know that this thing is going to be available pretty soon, so they'll come out to support it. Because I don't look at this as as an achievement or the end achievement. I am looking at it as the beginning of a whole new era of filmmaking in Trinidad. We have a couple of projects. The scripts are written, even No Boundaries 2025. It's we had the series from the earlier time, and some of the characters and situations are already written. It's just a matter of fine tuning some of it, and there are a couple of other scripts that I did. In fact, in discussion right now with a company to about another film, a pretty big film, but I don't know if it's going to work out. This is a business where you can't really predict anything. So, that's my goal for it. And hope we get a lot of support. It was a nightmare going through some of the, challenges to get funding. I hope this is going to make it easier, not only for me, but for the actors, the crew, people who are very dedicated, because we have a very, very talented pool of people in Trinidad. Actors, technicians, they're dedicated, they put in a lot of effort, a lot of work into this project. And I think it will show in the long run.
It definitely will show in the long run. And I mean, some of the sentiments that you shared, we are no stranger to. So really hoping that this is going to be that continued push that we need. And of course, a new era of film. Ruby, before we wrap the conversation this morning, tell me something. What do you see as the future of film?
The future of film, that's a big question. I think we have a lot of talented people in the industry, both in the acting department and in the tech department. What we really need is funding.
Yes.
More than anything. We have the landscape, we have the talent, it's just funding.
We definitely do. So you heard it here on the Now Morning Show. Horace Wilson, writer and executive producer, and Ruby Paris, actress for No Boundaries. The red carpet is happening on the 27th of May, and the 29th is when it will be premiering. You do not want to miss it, and you don't want to miss being a part of the change, the era that is dawning, and go out and support. Your birthdays are coming up next. Stay tuned.